Hey everyone, it's me, Elna, and for today we're going to talk about how to find clients on social media. Let me know if you have any social media, if you have any clients and everything, let me know. If you have any questions about finding clients on social media, we're going to talk about certain platforms. I can't talk about all the platforms unless you want to. Oh my gosh, I got something in my eye right now. Hold on, right now. Oh my gosh, hold on. Oh my gosh. Oh, my nose. Sorry, excuse me. Ugh. I have to host this earlier than what I normally host, which is at 1 p.m. my time. And because I have to go watch my twins play soccer at school, there's some kind of thing going on. But the mornings, for some reason, I just have a hard time with my eyes because I do have thyroid eye disease and my allergies. But that's besides the point. Thank you for coming. Let's talk about social media. Let me know first, are you guys on social media? What platforms are you on? I want to know. And any questions you have about social media. I'm not going to go really into if you need it or not. I'm going to assume that you have social media profiles and you want to find jobs using those profiles because the other methods you've used have been exhausted. Hi, Adel. Thank you for coming. I just want to see if I can. Oh, I can add it to the thing. How cool. Awesome. All right. Okay. Let's see about Twitter. It's called X now. You can go to x.com. They actually changed the URL, I think, the other day, like within the last 2 days. I noticed that it's now x.com. And this is kind of interesting because now for my client pieces, I have been putting X and then in parentheses, formerly known as Twitter or formerly Twitter. I'm now writing just X. So like go to the social platforms like X and Pinterest and Facebook. And I want to see if the client will add that or not. But I mean, it's become such now, this is what it is, that because of the URL has changed, we'll see. Anyways, that's just my thing with my niche and all that stuff. But social media and Twitter or X, are you on X? Drop your profile if you want to let people follow you if you want to grow your followers, because that's always nice. I'm going to show you my profile. Okay, there it is. I'll just make it larger so you can see what I'm doing. Now, one of the first things that I recommend for new freelance writers is to follow job postings. So, freelance writing gigs. You can go here. I always check to see, are they actually posting more frequently? If they're not, then that's not a good platform or a good profile to follow. So freelance writing jobs, you can just type in, I spelt it wrong, freelance writing jobs, and then we can go to lists here. These are just lists of people, but we can check to see if you want to follow, like we work remotely. They just published 26 minutes ago. So this would be a Twitter profile to follow. Let me just go to my profile and see if I can find the ones that I'm following. Let me just see, because I do follow job boards, but like it was back in the day. Best writing, here's one. So I'll do that one. In the meantime, if you guys have any questions, just post them below. But this is what you would do. You would find specific job board sites. And then also people. So Caitlin, is it Caitlin or Catherine? Caitlin? Yeah, Caitlin offered, you should follow her because she posts freelance writing jobs all the time. So she'll retweet it or repost it here. So, hi folks, I'm seeking pitches for our annual animal themed issue. So she does submissions. Here's a new job here for editor. So she's a good profile to follow, as well as a job board site. So like Best Writing. Okay. Best Writing will have a whole bunch of different jobs, not just writing jobs, but they do source some good ones. Of course, I mean, I know Superpath. Let's see if they have, Superpath is one word. There's Superpath. So I follow Superpath, and they also do job board postings. I think, yeah, I'm looking for a freelance content marketer to help us. So they do repost job ads as well. So that's also a good resource to have. So when you are using something like X, I would strongly recommend finding those profiles that share jobs, especially the writers who source gigs. So like Caitlin does. I bet you Chris is on here too. So if I go to her, his name is Chris, is it Bibby? Yeah, Chris Bibby right here. I think that's him. Yeah. So Chris also has a newsletter for gigs, and he will probably share them here because he shares them on LinkedIn. So he's also, so I'm going to follow him too because I'm not following him. I'm following him on LinkedIn. But this is kind of nice to have it on your like X profile because you can come at the end of the day and then see what's happening in your feed. And especially if you just have these specific job boards that you follow and the people that post, your feed will be inundated with potential leads and jobs. Hey, Tammy, glad you can make it. Hi. And Tanya, thanks for showing all the steps. You care about the success. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, so those are the two things. So follow people and then the jobs. And then if, let's say you are doing that, but you're not getting the right leads, these are not the right jobs, then you can use hashtags. I don't use them very often because they can be spammy. So freelance, writing job. Oh, here's another, like, there's another profile to follow. So I guess it would source from just this one, eh? Oh no, here. So there's that. You can use hashtags just to mostly find from this profile, but you'll find some other ones from other sites. You can just do freelance job and then see if that might be better. It's more, oh, there's not that many. Maybe the latest. Yeah. Not that many for freelance job, because I didn't spell it right. Okay. So there's more here. So if you're just looking maybe for an editing job, and you can type in editing job, all that stuff. What I like to use it for is like, I just type with quotes, freelance writer, or let's do hiring content writer, do something like that. And so in quotations, hiring content writer, we're hiring content writer. This is 4 hours ago. So this is kind of a nice opportunity to find, similar to what I would do on LinkedIn, which will go onto LinkedIn, but you can do this and then source your leads this way. I don't know if it's, if I can be more nuanced and do hiring SaaS. Oh yeah, okay, here, but this was in Jan. It's not as relevant. It's not relevant for that term, but that's interesting that you can do something like that. Let's do tech. February, okay, let's do beauty. Feb, okay. So even if you type in like a very niched term, You will find gigs, they're quite old, but it's always worth going back to see, like for certain publications, to go and introduce yourself, let them know that you're a writer, and maybe at that time they might need a job. So that's another, like, I guess, secret or sneaky way to find more gigs is to look at past uh, postings from 6 months to a year ago, and then using those publications, finding those companies, and seeking them out again. All right, so that is with X in particular. Those are the main ways you can quickly find writing jobs, content writing jobs, freelance writing jobs. All right. I do have a resource actually on my blog here where you can find their Twitter, these people's Twitter's profiles is what I'm basically trying to say, but it is newsletters. So you do, I mean, another way, which is not social media, is through newsletters, but like I found Chris Bibby on Twitter or X. And so you might be able to find, like, here's one here. Maybe I can find them on X. Let's see. No, they're not on. They're not on X. Let me see if they're okay. But yeah, you would just spend the time maybe if you want to go through this blog post, and here's Caitlin and Sonia. She probably has a profile, and you can see if they are posting jobs on X. So here's the blog post that you can look at. All right, let's look at any questions, anyone. I'm just going through my list. So we did those things on X. Okay, the next thing is let's look at Instagram. Is anyone on Instagram? Let me just move this over. Actually, okay, I have my notes here, so I'm just going to pop them in. Okay. So with Instagram, you need an idea of the type of client you want to work with. Sorry, it's taking a long time. Okay. The type of client you want to work with, and you can search here. So, I mean, if I wanted to work with like makeup companies, actually, I wouldn't even do that. I would go first to list of let's do eco makeup companies, and then I would find these companies on Twitter. So Ilia Beauty. Okay. So I would find the company on Google. I'd find the profile on Instagram. I would toot around to see what's happening here. Look at their link in bio, which is just them. Is that what that was? All right. So it looks like she doesn't have an owned audience on a website or email list. So that's fine. We can try, let's try this one. So we'll search. Okay, so they do have a website here. So that's neat. They have a big social following. I can look at how they're doing their social media marketing. Okay. Go to their website. It's probably mostly e-commerce. They have an email list. These are all good signs that they probably need a writer. They have, it's mostly e-commerce. So they have product descriptions. They're on social media. So for someone like in the makeup niche, you would probably focus more on email marketing, being copywriting, websites, product descriptions. Those are the things that you would market to them, and social media marketing content as well. So it's things like that where on Instagram, you can look at the companies to find clients. I like to use Instagram to find individual people. All right, so these are people that I've followed in the past. These are people that I see on YouTube, or I've read their blog posts, or I've seen an interview from them, and they're like a coach, they're an educator, they're an author, things like that, where I follow them. So one example is Cass. Sorry. What's her name? She's a clutterbug. The clutterbug is Cass here. I've been following her YouTube growth for like before I had kids. So it's been over 10 years. So I've seen her grow. I've seen her where she was just a YouTuber and then she became a host of HGTV's Hot Mess House. So I've seen her grow to that. She's moved into a new house. Her presence is growing. She has a podcast, she has products, she has a website, she has a blog, she has lots of things that she might need help with. And so I do have somewhat of a personal connection. I did reach out to her, and she said she was going to think about it, but that was a long time ago. If I really wanted to work with her, I would have pressured her more, talk to her more, things like that, but I didn't. But it's something like that where you can use Instagram in that capacity, follow the person, the company, interact with the posts. That's how one of the ways that I was really I was able to land some writing jobs through that method. All right. Do you have any specific questions with Instagram? No? All right. So that's Instagram. Of course, you can also use hashtags there, but it doesn't really get you that far. All right. Let me just prepare for the next one. Hold on. If you guys have any questions, let me know. But the next social media platform we're going to look at is Facebook. Hold on, I just need to find the one that I want to show you. That's not the one. Okay, you guys, sorry about this. I didn't come prepared. Gosh. Mm, um, I can't find the Facebook group she's in. Why can't I not find it? Um, for some reason, I can't find the Facebook group that I wanted to show you. But anyways, the way you can The way you can score gigs on Facebook is through the Facebook groups and by having an optimized Facebook page. I haven't had a lot of success with getting clients on Facebook, but the ones that I've had have been major brands. So there's that to think about. Hi, Diane. Sorry that took forever. If you have limited time, what is a priority? Priority regarding what? What are you talking about? Like the limited time? Um, Limited time, like right now. I was just trying to find the Facebook and stuff. So, but limited time, if I think is Twitter. Sorry, I was just thinking about my own process, but you're talking about the limited time for you finding jobs would be Twitter. Twitter would be the fastest way to find potential gigs. Okay. That because I showed you and I found them very easily. Instagram takes more time. Facebook will take more time. LinkedIn will also be the other way to find social media, using social media faster to find gigs. Floor, there's a lot of scammers on Facebook. Yes, yes. So I was going to get to that. That's why I wanted to show you one particular Facebook group. I can't freaking find it. Give me a few more minutes to figure this out. Groups. What groups I've joined. Yes. Hold on, you guys. Okay. Let's just go through my list of groups that I've joined and maybe we can find it together. Okay. Here's a Cult of Copy job board. I do trust them. Here's a copywriting job hub. I don't know. That's not her group. Maybe I don't belong to her group. I thought I did. Is it this one? No. Oh, this one. This is the one. Okay. This is the one by a fellow freelance writer that I know. Her name is Ashley Cummings. Yep. A group by Ashley Cummings. She is a OG writer like me, have been doing this for about 10, 11 years. So she has a Facebook group called Freelance Copywriters and Content Writers. People have to pay to post their ads. So this limits a lot of scams. So although this is not a job or a Facebook group with just jobs, it is a helpful Facebook group that will direct you to good clients. And then, there'll be questions here that you can answer. So this is a potential. I don't know if there's a section within this group that just has like jobs, if she sectioned that off or not. But you can take a look at this one. So I'll just put a link to it if you want to join it, because I vouch for this one. I mean, Ashley does have a hard time, removing those scams and removing all that stuff. And I think she's hired people. So like it's a big undertaking to have this job or this Facebook group. So she's aware of that. The other one, the copywriting job hub. I don't know if this group is paused. So that one is not working. But the Cult of Copy job board, I do recommend this one. Again, I mean, it will have some things that aren't relevant, but you could still learn from the Cult of Copy job board and seeing what's out here. But I mean, I don't know. I haven't really looked at it, so I don't know if it is mostly just scams and stuff. I don't know if it's gone downhill. It sort of seems like it. But take it for a grain of salt. Like they're posting people that are for hire here. So here's something here. And people are saying that they're having a hard time. So, like I said, you know, as Tanya was saying, there are scams and stuff. So, not every job or not every Facebook group is viable. But that's why I recommend sort of like, you can get in there, take a look, see if it's worth it. But focus on your own marketing, focus on your own Facebook page, treat it like a LinkedIn page, share relevant content, grow your followers there, direct them to your content, be helpful. All of that can help you get in front of editors and magazine publicator people and CEOs perhaps and all that stuff. So it is not a for sure thing. This is not a quick way on social media. Okay. This is just setting those bricks for down the road so you have a foundation. Okay. That's what Facebook is to me. It's sort of like I built it, now I can use it. And then let me see if so we did X, Instagram, Facebook. Okay, yeah, and then LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the other powerhouse. I mean, I've done lots of videos on LinkedIn marketing. I even have my LinkedIn marketing newsletter that if you want to sign up to, I'll drop the link if you want. Here, if you want to sign up to my LinkedIn marketing newsletter. But here we go. So LinkedIn is probably one of the best ways to find freelance writing jobs. Usually every morning when I open up my feed, I will find potential job leads. I haven't actually lately because I haven't been opening up LinkedIn like right in the morning, but usually there's Ashley again. She's giving good advice there. Yeah, usually I'll see a gig here and there, like one of the first ones. But if you don't see anything, you can also, not post. You can search. Let's see. Hiring freelance writer. Do it in posts. You can do it in the past. Let's do past month. And then you can just filter from there and see what's available. So Press Loft is hiring, freelance US Media Relations Manager. There's Chris again. This person's hiring in Barbados. Teachers. More here. Here's a newsletter writer. So that looks interesting. 2 weeks ago for thriveletter.studio. Right, so that's something interesting, and it hasn't had a lot of hits. Some of these jobs get like hundreds and hundreds of comments. So something like that. It's a freelance position. Just make sure that these jobs state what they state, that you don't have to like work hourly, that you don't have to be on phone calls for meetings, that you don't have to that you work full time kind of thing. Like freelance position means that you work per project, all right? And that you get paid per project. But that's one way on LinkedIn. And then the other way, just like Facebook, is you want to build your foundation with a good profile. Okay. Now, I do go heavily into all of that in my course, Write Your Way to First 1K, so I can't really divulge a lot of things, but I have in the past told you, having a good optimized banner that you can make in Canva that quickly shows people what you do and who you are. I do mention to have lots of titles in your title, like have more than one title here helps. And making sure you have a really good about section that shows your experience and what you do. And if you want, treat your featured section as a marketing way. Like I have this as my first thing, that if you want to hire me, this is it right here. Okay. And then be active as much as you can. This is just to keep your feed and look like you're active. A lot of times when I am looking for potential people to connect with, I always check to see, are they active? Like 90% of the time, they're not. They just slap on a LinkedIn page and then that's it. So unfortunately, I can't connect with them on LinkedIn. But having that optimized page is important. And then the last way is to find the right people to connect with. So like content leads, content editors, marketing managers, even communication managers, all are helpful in directing you to someone or them if they have any openings for you. Okay, so I have been having my pitching challenge for that I've been telling people in my paid newsletter. So that is part of the process that I'm doing, and it's working. So these are methods that have helped me, that where I do leverage social media rather than like a job board listing, right? Because I mean that's primarily the other way. And of course there's networking, but that all also helps with doing it on social media. So a lot of my prospecting is done through LinkedIn, which is a social media platform. Hey, Maria. How do you do this on different platforms at the same time? Shouldn't you choose one or two platforms? What do you think? It all depends on who your target client is. If you want to work with like course creators, then I'm gonna, when I want to, we'll spend the time on Instagram to find those course creators and spend time engaging with them, right? I'm not going to hunt them down on LinkedIn or on Twitter. They're going to be on Instagram or YouTube, but mostly on Instagram. And they're going to be consistent on Instagram because they're influencers. They want to grow their own presence. But if I want to work specifically with like SaaS companies, I am mostly leveraging LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is where I've been focusing on, and I haven't been focusing on Instagram because I don't want to pick up those types of clients. I want to pick up SaaS company clients, and they're on LinkedIn. I don't leverage Twitter for that, but I could, but my focus is on LinkedIn for that. And then I just use Twitter as a marketing avenue. So I will repost my LinkedIn post. I will ask questions. I will just use it in that capacity. And if I go onto Twitter or X and see like Caitlin posts these jobs, or on Best Writing posts those jobs, if it piques my interest, I will go and look at them. But it's not you're right, it's not the best strategy to focus on all the social media platforms at the same time. You need to find, though, which platform works for you. Which one will lead you the best results? I can bet you it's LinkedIn. With Twitter, I'm not saying that you can't find jobs and not to spend time on Twitter. If you found a way to tap into that in Twitter, Twitter can be a fast way to find the jobs. You find the jobs, you can find the editors or the owners on X, you can follow them, you can DM them, you can do things to make it like this fast, streamlined process, and that could work. Years ago, I was doing that. I was following the editors. I was commenting on their tweets. And then when I sat down with it, I had a whole list of editors that I was following, and I would just DM them and ask them, hey, I really like what you're putting out. Do you need another writer? Do you need another writer? Right? So you can do that method if you want on X. I haven't done that in a while because I've had more success on other platforms. So for a beginner writer, I mean, I do recommend only X and LinkedIn. I am saying now that it's 2024, you might want to also include something like an Instagram, because Instagram is a big platform for companies. SaaS companies are also on Instagram too, and brands are on Instagram. And so if you want to do copywriting, Instagram is probably the better platform for you than LinkedIn. But I am not focused on copywriting. I'm focused on blog writing, SEO blog writing, thought leadership blog writing. So I'm using LinkedIn in that capacity and more so. Hopefully that helped you, Flor. But those are the platforms. Those are the ones that I recommend. I'm not going to talk about Pinterest. I'm not going to talk about TikTok because those platforms I haven't seen much success. I'm sure other writers maybe have had success with that, but I haven't had success with Pinterest in over 5 years because I have been doing different strategies on Pinterest. So I'm not focusing on trying to, grab the attention of editors, but editors and magazine people are on Pinterest because that's how I was able to land a magazine like publication job. They saw my post about my twins and then asked me to write for, for Twin University. Excuse me. They asked me to write for their publication. I think it's Twin University or Twin University, something like that. So Pinterest can work in that capacity, but I'm not like focusing on that. But if you're keen on Pinterest, right, then, set up boards for your freelance writing articles, share your articles, follow the brands that you want to work with, create infographics of writing tips, create infographics of your pitching process, your writing process, all the stuff that you would do on LinkedIn, create an image and share it onto Pinterest. You can now share videos. So if you talk about it on TikTok, repurpose on Pinterest, things like that, where, that's a whole other level. And if that's what you want to do, and if that works for you, then do that. That's something that I'm not going to do because I've already found things that worked for me. So there's that, I guess. All right, everyone. I think that's that. Unless there's any other questions, thank you for those that have asked the questions. And I've realized that I can post them here on my little viewfinder. So that's great. So everyone can see them. Tomorrow, I'm coming live at my regular time at 1 p.m. And we're going to talk about portfolios. I'm going to find a way to help you create that portfolio that you want. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Look at the links that I've dropped in the comments, blog post, my paid newsletter, my free LinkedIn one. Lots of resources for you. Okay. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope to see you tomorrow.